Uh-oh. Sean Zartel not here.
From the Microsoft Theater here
We're going to hear about this.
Hey, yo, I see.
Where he at?
You buy Shawn Porter Promotions.
Hey, yo, Shawn Porter.
I think people expect to see him
now. Live from
some do, some don't.
Yeah.
I mean, just like anything with the show or shows in general, there's like 50% hate him, 50% love him, 50% hate Ant, 50% hate me.
It's like that?
Yeah. People hate you too.
Yeah, they all hate you. That's what's funny. It's 50% for us, but 100% hate you.
Yeah, don't get twisted.
What are you talking about? Is it like that for real?
No, it's not like that.
Okay, I was going to say,
but it is funny because you'll glance at the comments and they're like, yo, love fight hype dude. He's great, knows his boxing. And then other people are like, yo, don't ever bring that dude on ever again. He doesn't
I remember when we first started having him on, that's what I was seeing.
Yeah, it's about that now.
I tried to integrate him and get him accepted. I thought people, was really accepting.
And for anyone that doubts it, and I don't want to speak for Ant, but he knows considerably more about boxing than I do.
Yes.
So like, in fairness, if you think he doesn't know boxing, I damn sure don't know boxing. So
I think it's like a routine. They just used to us three, so they're like,
and here we are.
Yeah.
So what would y'all describe yourself as when it comes to boxing? You boxing enthusiast?
Heavyweight.
Are you like, what would you say? Like you just some people say, I'm a hardcore fan, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh, it's about boxing?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. When I say hardcore, I would
say Sean's a hardcore, not you, Shawn. Sean's a hardcore fan.
I would say I'm a big boxing fan. Like,
I'm above a casual.
Yeah.
But I'm not a hardcore. But I know
I don't know. Zytel will drop like and actually in 2002 he fought so-and-so on the undercard. And I'm just like, oh,
he's special like that.
Yeah,
like he's got like the gift of being a big boxing fan, then also the gift of being that type of genius that can remember certain things. And I want to use that term genius for him because you can call him genius, you can call him special, whatever. But the way his brain is wired different from us. Mm-hmm. Carson, I think a little closer to him than you and I, Ant.
Yeah.
Because Carson can remember numbers very well, but I can't like you. Yo, what's your favorite rapper all time? Like I'll be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I get stuck in those moments, but y'all are pretty special in that. But we did. I do want to mention this real quick because Lupe was had some more to say and so on and so forth. So we're gonna have some fun with him this coming week. Not we. Sorry, Carson. I know you care, Ant, but I'll try to get you at some different point. But they invited me on the show, whatever. But he called y'all.
Oh, I thought y'all was gonna get my boy Carson on the show. Like, you a hater, bro.
No need.
Oh, you don't want to go? Okay.
Nah. SP needs to shine.
Hey, you know, Carson gonna dump a bunch of notes though.
What he called us? What, boxing commentators or something?
No, he called you boxing. I watched it twice so that I could hear the term he had used. Boxing pundits or something. Pundits. Yeah.
He said both of us. Oh, he talking about me too, or just Carson?
Yeah, he said
what? Oh.
Yeah, add that to the Twitter bio. Boxing pundit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And look, Ant down there on the bottom, like, what are you talking about? I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, you out of line.
So,
Before we move from to boxing, you mentioned rap. And did you listen to the J. Cole album?
No, not yet. It's on my.
It's on the to-do list.
What you learn for that? I'm being truthful.
Well, no, because I talked to Shawn yesterday.
Do y'all want to know what I've been listening to? Shawn knows. So
I'm curious now as well.
Yeah,
Shawn, don't act like you don't know.
This dude been on the
Is it music?
Yes, no. It's music. This dude, I guess maybe that's what it is. Him and this lady, they trying to bring a life into the world.
No, she was like
something.
Oh my!
All right, so hey man, I was at work and it just popped up and I'm like, damn, this dude good. R. Kelly, he's a legend.
Oh boy!
But besides all the nonsense, man, he's a legend.
Yeah.
But
how long did it take you? Like once you started listening to his music, how long did it take you before you was like, hey,
you know what, Sean? I didn't know I was listening to him for about 3 songs. I was like, oh damn, this is R. Kelly. And you know, everything popped in my mind. I'm like, oh, making sure nobody can hear me listen to. I feel like that's how you listen to R. Kelly nowadays. You don't tell nobody.
I don't think I've given him a spin yet since all that went down.
So then when I sent this to the group text,
yeah.
Then Sean, Sean, my lady gonna say, oh yeah, I turned it on that day too. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah.
I started listening to it in the office.
So the reason I brought up J. Cole was which Sean and I talked about yesterday, but so he comes out with the new album on Friday.
Banger?
And it's good. It's just like, it's okay. Like, it was a good album, solid album. But the issue with J. Cole is it's either a classic or it's garbage. Like, fans are like, oh my God, it's the greatest album. It's Illmatic. And other people are like, yo, how do you listen to this? And so I was curious because I told Sean, I consider myself like, I'm okay. Like, he's good, real good rapper. Like, I don't dislike him. Not my favorite, but
I like
great hooper thus far. But
I like what you said about him though, in terms of him being a rapper for mainstream.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of underground rappers.
Yeah. He's a very lyrical rapper for a mainstream rapper. And so people, I think, that are mainstream fans think he's like Pharoah Monch, but like he's not. He's a very good rapper.
Hey, each to stay on.
100%.
Yeah,
especially with music. Yeah,
everybody like that.
You got too many rappers out.
And Carson's like, like on a mainstream level, but when it comes to the underground or the people that's dropping mixtape after mixtape, you really miss a lot of them bars that those guys got, and a lot of people don't know those bars. But they know the J. Cole bars because he's on that mainstream level. Yeah. So
because I like to be driving to work. I'm big on the Jim Jones. He dropping mixtape after mixtape. I'll be driving doing my job, and now I'm selling drugs in my head. So I'm just being honest with you. I sold every drug.
Used to get it in Ohio.
Yeah, every drug. Hey, we sold that. We went to Ohio. Cameron, get it in Ohio. I know all that.
Hold on.
This is in my head though. I ain't really doing it out there.
Okay, there. All right.
Keep kids off the drugs.
All right.
Yeah. You know, my dad didn't play that.
In my head, I'm selling.
My dad would have killed me before I told any drugs.
Not even ibuprofen.
Yeah, hey. But let's go, Carson.
Yeah, boxing. Now I was gonna say, first Showtime fight of the summer slate. Some good action at what are they calling it now? The War Grounds.
That what they calling it?
They're trying. They're pushing that.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
But yeah, at Dignity Health Sports Park.
And what do you think about that, real quick? So we call it Dignity Health Park now, but they're calling it the War Grounds. And I know Fox did it. I'm assuming Showtime did it, where they really tried to publicize where the fight was and basically say this is how the fight's going to go because of where it's at. Do you think that that's too much on the venue, or should we just let the venue be where the venue's at and let the fighters do what they do?
It's something that can add extra anticipation to it, but you do kind of set yourself up for if there's just like a complete dud, and then it's like, oh, well, never mind. We were joking about that.
Because the first time I dealt with it was just recently with Fox, right? In that first round, we saw Chris Arreola didn't come out like normal Chris Arreola. I swear to God, I was like, uh-oh. Ain't gonna be what everybody thought it was gonna be. This is not good. It ended up, going over and going well, but I just felt like even through the promotional process, I felt like we talked a lot about the stadium, and I felt like when I go out there and do my thing, I'm not doing it because I'm here. Like, I'm doing it because this is what I do, So,
you haven't fared all too well at the War Ground.
1-1.
Oh.
Yeah, but the one was a one. It wasn't a one.
No, it was a one. I mean, get into this with y'all about that fight.
According to Box Rec, it's a one. And you won the fight, but it was a so-so performance. But I don't know if I don't know why that's even like that, because it's not like, I don't know if it's just the matchmaking and you're in Southern California, so you're going to end up with like some Cali fighters. Some Mexican fighters typically end up on the cards, and obviously Mexican fighters typically are in all action fights. So maybe that is what causes that.
let me say this because it did happen. Every time there was a fight there when it was the Home Depot Center, it was like, whoa. It was like action. And I know that that's why the storyline is the way that it is now. But again, if we go back there, nobody was, we just made the fights, and the fights were the fights. We weren't like, okay, let's take this fight there because we're going to get action, you know? And so, I mean, I feel like we own this a little long, but I ain't gonna front. Like, I'm a little tired of hearing about it. But, you know, last night was like, I was a little mind blown, not gonna front. You know, I was like, yeah, that happened. You know,
it's one of those storylines that when it plays out well, it adds a little bit to it where you're like, oh man, these are great fights. Oh, and it's at the place that typically has great fights. First fight, Xavier Martinez, pretty good action fight.
Yeah.
Daniel Roman looked good in the second one.
Yeah.
And then,
didn't let him coast though.
No, he was. Roman did Estrada. I think. Yeah,
Estrada.
I think Roman did a good job. Espinoza. I think Roman did a good job. He was kind of in that.
I'm going to co-sign whatever the hell you say. Apparently.
Well, no. So he was in the. I was somewhat confident.
So dumb as hell. Like, Estrada.
Yeah, it worked out. We got there, but I think Roman did a good job. Kind of in, for a basketball term, like in the mid range. He was like just not, chest to chest, not right there, really rocking, but he was like just outside of that. So he was doing a good job with the uppercut and working there. But yeah, main event. I was dead wrong.
Hey, all three. Hey, what we? 0-3. We all
3. I'm 29 and almost 30. I've been wrong 1,000 times, and I'll be wrong 1,000 more times. So
hey, Carson, did they let us know on the internet? They
absolutely.
Let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
People made sure.
And I don't mind. I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong, and I was 1,000% incorrect.
He lived up to it. Still don't like the style, punching like this, but he did his thing.
Yeah.
Still don't like it. Did his thing.
I was like,
go ahead. Entertaining. It was entertaining as hell.
It was entertaining. It was entertaining. And when it was over, I was like, I actually did think about it. I was like, I was wrong, but how was I wrong?
That's how I felt.
I couldn't accept it. Like, how was I wrong on this?
I'm like, damn, he won like that. But damn, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and I don't think. I don't know. I don't think it was one of those where I don't think Nery had like a horrible performance. There are obviously some mistakes he made, and got out of there. But I think Brandon fought well enough to get the win, get him out of there. I think his body work. I don't think I noticed it that heavily at the time, but then as I watched back and watched some highlights, I was like, oh, he really was putting some work into the body, and then body shot got him out of there.
And his pace is something else, Carson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He fights for 3 minutes. And that's one thing going into the ring. You better have your condition with that kid.
Yeah. And Luis Nery, I'll touch on him first. He is a very immature fighter, and I thought that he had matured after he lost the belt on the scales. Thought that he had matured after that. I thought that he had gotten some things together. But there's always another level that you can go to in this boxing game. And so when I say he's an immature fighter, what I mean by that is he cracked under the pressure. And that's something that a more mature fighter knows how to handle the pressure. Even if you can't, like, it's clear he can't box going backwards. I didn't know that, but it was never saw anybody push him back. Nobody's been strong enough or big enough to do that to him. And, funny of me to say, is he too small for 122? That's a funny question because Brandon Figueroa, of course, is big for 122, but made him look especially small for the weight class. But when I saw that he didn't have the dog, I think it was the 4th round. I said, ain't no way. I could see the way that he was moving and trying to use a jab, but then there are points where he's like, I'm not going to go backwards. I'm just going to stand here and throw hooks. That's an immature type of state of mind. That wasn't this is boxing. This. I'm gonna bang you out.
You felt stay on the jab like he.
Yeah, I felt like he should have tried it. Well, of course, there's things that you can do and you can't do. We could see that he couldn't jab going backwards. That's a big problem. He couldn't use combinations and go backwards. That's a problem. Then he has no pivot. He can't pivot and step around. He is either backwards or forwards.
I've seen Brandon pivot him a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, even and Brandon pivoted a few times, but just to stay on Luis a little longer, I think that when we saw him get stopped by the body shot, I think that was immaturity. I don't think that was pain that stopped him. I think that was immaturity and him feeling like he wasn't going to be able to stand up to this dude and have his way. He's had his way to this point. And we know this about kids. When kids don't get their way, they whine, they cry, they go and hide, they want to be left alone and all that kind of stuff. And I think that at the risk of calling him a kid, I don't want to call him a child, but we saw him whine and we saw him give up. And that is not what boxing is about. Completely different from what we saw from the other week, just last week. The English fighter. The heck is his name? This is just Canelo fight. Sanders. Yeah, Billy Joe. Yeah, I had BJ in my head. I'm like, what's his real name? Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah. Completely different from what we saw from him. I like to compare fights, especially when kind of similar things happen where guys are forced out of the match. Luis Nery body shot this other guy, BJ Saunders, cracks cranium. So that's my take on Luis Nery. Not exactly the fighter that I expected him to be.
I disagree a little bit about the body shot because if he had just gotten hit with the body shot and had gone down immediately, I could say maybe he was just kind of looking for a way out. But it looked like he got hit with the body shot and then winced and then tried to throw another punch, and then it looked like it hit him. So I think it might have just been a little bit delayed, but I don't know. Obviously,
I talked to y'all about that punch, man. That punch it's a very debilitating punch.
It was kind of off the for somebody who's not too familiar with body shots. It was under his pec, like it didn't look like a liver shot.
Like right below his nipple or something?
Yeah, it was his under boob. But
yeah, because even you can still rupture that.
So what is that spot? What causes that to hurt as bad as it is?
Yeah.
Is it a liver punch on the front, kind of up top?
Yeah, it's like right here.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it looked more central. I guess.
So it's on the right side, and it's like right. What we call it? We call it this
solar plexus
rib. Nah, the
floating rib.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's like it's anywhere in that vicinity you can hit, even though it may look like you're hitting underneath the pec or you're hitting the rib. If you hit it right, it can still rupture that spot, and it's gonna always be a delay. Yeah. Which I expected the delay, but that's. If you watch it back, it looks like he can get up, and he chooses not to get up.
What does it do? Does it like tickle?
He also rolled over on his knees, and he looked at his corner and shook his head no, like he's. I felt like he quit. I'm sorry, and y'all know
you're a boxer.
I don't want to be like
That's because you'll take everything it takes to get back up. I know, Shawn. I've seen the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen
that, man. Yeah,
like guys get up, stand up, and go back down. I told y'all the story about me and Kelly Pavlik. He hit me with the punch. I went down immediately on my knee, then I stood up, and then I went back down. And then you know what I mean. I've seen guys crawl before they bow out the way that Luis Nery bowed out. So that's kind of for me is why I say it was an immature. He still has an immature brain in terms of boxing. And I thought that he could have gave more at that point.
And to kind of close on Nery, it doesn't look like his power translated up to 22.
I felt like he cracked it once, maybe in the second or third, but
he was laying.
Right now, what's going on here?
What?
Are you attacking me right now? What's going on here? I was awful.
You love. I know you're a huge Luis Nery fan.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. He's not somebody where you mentioned where he's not great at boxing on his back foot, and so his calling card was power. That he had good pop, and like if it's not there, it's not there, and you don't really have another ace in the hole. But I want to go on record for saying I'm not giving up on this dude. No, of course not.
I want to see him again. I want to see a better him next time he gets in the ring. I want to see him grow. I want to see some maturity. Doesn't matter if they put a cake puff in front of him or whoever they put in front of him. I want to see him back in the ring because I do think that he's an exciting fighter. I think that he ran up against something last night that maybe the team prepared for, but still you have to be prepared here. And I don't think he was all the way prepared mentally for the challenges that were going to be presented to him.
Yeah. And Figueroa to move to him. Yeah.
I said, I'm going to clap for the dude.
Yeah. You have to.
Big ass black hands. I couldn't even see you for a second. They old hands.
Yeah. He did great. And so we mentioned earlier, people calling us out on the internet. His sister, Omira, brought up that we have been critical of him. And I actually want to give her a special shout out because she's also his strength and conditioning coach. And if anything, his strength and conditioning looked like it was A1 last night.
Yeah.
He was there. I even mentioned to Shawn last night, he was getting hit with some shots, but he kept coming forward. The one criticism I'll make, or even kind of a slight, was he is tall and doesn't use his range incredibly well. Mm-hmm. And I saw Sebastian Fundora in the crowd, and he was probably like, my guy. Like, he was like, another guy this tall and doesn't use the range correctly. My man.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, he was there. Good power, good chin. Didn't look like he got impacted by the punches.
Hey, they say you gonna fight my fight. Last night he forced him to fight his fight.
Yeah.
I mean, even with Fulton, Steve, what's his name?
Cool boy Steph.
Cool boy Steph. Oh, my bad. Cool boy Steph. It's gonna be tough. Hey, this kid's gonna come. I think Cool boy Steph has enough, but it's gonna be a long night. Hey, make sure you got your conditioning because he's throwing them. My man is throwing them. Like, the condition is on point. That's one thing I can't take from him.
Yeah,
his condition is on point. We may not like his style, but it's getting it done. It got him to this point. Keep going.
Let me say that.
Shout out to Lil Sis holding it down.
Yeah,
you gave him a big clap. I gave him a small clap.
Damn. Hey, cut it. All right, go ahead. Carson, no, go ahead, Sean.
All right.
You got it.
I'm gonna give him a small clap because he's got so many kinks in his game that it's hard for me to. I respect what he did last night, but ultimately, I'm not one of these guys typically that looks forward to a fighter losing or looks forward to a fighter having a bad night. I don't look forward to that. And I don't look forward to Brandon Figueroa having a bad night. I thought that last night was going to be bad for him because as we could see in the fight, he's there to be hit with anything that's thrown at him. He's got a great chin and terrific conditioning, which is why he's able to hold up against those punches. Meanwhile, being able to let loose some punches of his own and kind of break a lot of fighters down. Luis Nery is not the first fighter I've seen like clearly punch him and hit him and offensively have their way against him, which is a big problem, especially when you go up against a guy like Cool Boy Steph, who clearly I'm a fan of as well. But just staying on Brandon Figueroa, I see that he does not have an effective jab. I see that he steps out of position. There's no rhyme and reason to when he switches from orthodox to southpaw. Even we can talk about someone who does it very well. Probably one of the best to do it, Terrence Crawford. We see that he does not punch and then randomly be southpaw and then punch and then randomly be orthodox. That's because he's got a good boxing style. He knows what he wants to see in the ring. He's creating things. And when he sees those moments and those opportunities, he switches. So my thing with the guy who who fights with both hands is how effective are you with both hands? And then where is your strategy in using both hands? And again, that's another knock that I have on Brandon Figueroa, because even though you're using both hands, can I see why? Can I see that it's not just the street fight and it's not just you going after a guy? Let me see your strategy. Let me see your form and technique behind everything that you're doing. And I didn't see that last night. Saying all that to say, he's tough at 122. He's big. He's tall. He has overwhelming pressure. And I think that makes it a tough night for anybody who's in the ring with him. It's clear we saw that through what now 15-0, I think he is. So it's clear that we've seen it to this point in his mat and his fight game. Oh, excuse me, 22-0. So it's clear we've seen it now 22 times. But who have you been in the ring with to this point? Luis Nery. Now we can say, he did it against Luis Nery. I didn't expect him to do what he did last night against Luis Nery. I do think that Luis Nery's played a small role in that, but Brandon Figueroa played a humongous role in that in terms of his style, which is not, very cosmetically appealing. And then also
you're in that boat too.
Yeah, I know. And I thought about that last night too, because I'm like, when I say this tomorrow, people are going to be like, da-da-da-da-da. But I think that go back and take a look at my fights. You'll see where there's form, technique, so on and so forth. If he improves from this fight and is even better getting in the ring.
And he's still only 24.
Yeah, and he's still only 24.
I think part of the frustration from at least my perspective, and I don't know if you guys feel similar, is that he almost was projected too early. Like it was that he was really young. And so they were like, oh yeah, this guy, and I was like, okay, like I'm not seeing it. And I think I was even wrong and unfairly saying, okay, I don't see it. Like, what are you seeing? And he's still young. 22 fights, 22 wins, or 22 wins, 23 fights. You got to draw. But I think with that, and even to go back to part of what we had mentioned about him before, where you had said, he's squeezing into 122. If he can squeeze into 122 and be healthy and do that, I think that's a good thing, because then it's like he's in every bit of that 122.
And you're right. And I want to say this for the record, for anybody that may feel like I'm judging him or anything. I saw him in a fighter meeting that we do before the weigh-in.
So I don't give up too much.
I'm not, but before the weigh-in, he did not look healthy at 122. And because in that moment, could have been that fight, could have been that day.
Yeah.
He didn't look healthy. And I said, okay, this dude, and of course, he's big, he's tall, all that. I'm like, this dude just squeezing into this weight. Like, this ain't healthy. Like, move up and take a chance. But you don't need to do this. However, I want to retract what I said. He may not be fit squeezing into 122. He may have figured it out. And the day that I saw him might have just been a bad cut for him. Might have been a bad, camp for him, So I think the way he performed last night and we could see the conditioning was there, which shows that there's no evidence of him nutritionally having a problem at that weight class.
I think it's all about maximizing your weight.
Yeah.
If you can get to a weight and still be strong and still be fast and still be able to get full conditioning, that's the best that you can possibly have. Because then you go to 126 and you're like, okay, I wasn't, getting into 122 where I'm the big guy, the fast guy, the strong guy. But
it's going to be up to pretty boy Steph to do his thing, because we know what type of Brandon we're getting. He's coming forward. He's throwing a bunch of punches. Condition is on point. So what can you do? Hey, man, I'm going to give him a shot. I'm going to give him a shot, bro. I'm going to give him a shot.
I think you have to. And I was wrong to write him off against Nery.
Yeah, I know Shawn ain't, but I'm going to give him a shot, bro. Hey, Shawn, I got you. 50-50 fight. 50-50 fight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna pretend like now all of a sudden I'm completely won over and he's the best fighter and he's the top prospect, but he showed me more than I thought he had yesterday, last night.
Yes, sir.
And so I don't think there's certain guys where if they don't have a good performance, they're just gonna get blown out of the water. And I don't think his style, I think even if he doesn't have a perfect performance, he can still give Stephen Fulton, he can still give him problems because he's going to be coming forward. He's going to make you, it's almost like in sports like basketball or soccer, hockey, you make the defender make that first move, football too. He's going to make you adjust because he's going to be coming forward. So it's like, all right, I played A. What are you going to do with B?
Yeah.
So if anything, it's going to make Steph, who's going to have to adjust on the fly.
And Brandon maximized his eight plan. Conditioning and punches, and he's coming. He maximized it.
Yeah.
So
even when I watched the fight last night, and of course I was looking for Nery to really kind of dominate and handle this fight. Yeah. And so the first 2 rounds, I'm like, why is this such a problem for you? And so I'm looking at Figueroa and I'm like, maybe it's just he's unorthodox and it's going to take him a few rounds to make some adjustments. Third round in, I'm like, this dude can't fight going backwards. Even his jab wasn't what it needed to be moving backwards. It was an uncomfortable jab, actually, moving backwards. It was one of those get off me.
Yeah,
come on. Comfortable as it was, that looks like that's the way to beat that kid. Because when he went on his back foot and punch, because Brandon comes in and as soon as he's about to throw, he looks down.
That's why I'm not sold against him.
But it works.
That's why it's not a 50-50 fight against him.
And in all fairness, Brandon Figueroa, you get the win. We were wrong. Knockout. Congratulations. He was losing on one of the scorecards.
Yeah,
and it was a draw.
Crazy.
And I had him probably close, if not maybe losing.
I had him losing.
Yeah.
I think by 1 round.
It was tight.
Yeah. But so the 3 judges at the stoppage had Figueroa winning, Nery winning, and the draw. So it wasn't like we were wrong, but it wasn't like he went in there and won every single round.
When I was watching it, Carson, I said, thank God I don't have to judge this fight.
Yeah.
This is a crazy fight to judge, man.
Yeah. A lot of action, not a lot of
misses.
Yeah. Not a lot of making each other miss, just some missed shots, but a lot of connected punches. But it was a good fight, but it'll be, at least if anything, it's gonna be a very entertaining fight in September when those two go at it.
9/11.
Yeah, for the unification fight. But
I love that too, by the way. I love that. Like I know
that they had it set up.
I love that it's set up. I love that we have a schedule and we know when these dudes are getting in the ring. I love that was the best part of the night to me.
Yeah, shit. I wish we can get that with you.
I've never been there before.
Yeah, we ain't got it now.
When I heard him say,
I know, you never get in the ring.
I said, you gonna get them in September? How do you know you're gonna get the winner in September? I was like hyped about that.
Because even sometimes, so obviously, Cool Boy Steph gets in the ring afterwards. They do a little thing, very respectful.
Yeah, that was cool. That was real cool of him.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, cool. I got you. Shout out to the cool Lupe Fiasco. But even typically, so Shawn got in the ring and calls out Danny, whatever. Even when that happens, it's still not guaranteed that's the next fight. So it was 100%. Cool that this one.
So true.
There wasn't where you're like, oh, okay, they're in the ring. Like this could be a nice little matchup. It didn't happen. Like they're just like, hey, see you in September. Welcome to hell.
I love that. That's cool. I love the fact that we know that when they're fighting and we can look forward to it. You know what I mean? Like that's how you promote boxing. Yeah. That's what, and I get it. It's not that easy. You can't put every fight together like that. But if we could do that more, people are going to be more interested because they know what to expect. That's why I'm already planning on going to Browns Chiefs. I'm planning on going to where are we going to?
Browns
Chargers. We're going to Browns Chargers. You know what I mean? I'm excited.
Yeah.
When's the season start? August?
Yeah.
I'm excited. September. You know what I mean?
And that also goes to, and this is a nice little transition you guys will appreciate with like a boxing super series. Fans like that because it's a bracket and it's matched up.
Yeah.
Speaking of boxing super series, Josh Taylor won the boxing super series.
This dude, I thought you had some good. You had some shit for me.
No, that was perfect in my opinion.
I thought you was like, hey, Shawn fighting this date.
No, who knows when he's fighting?
Yes.
But
I know when I'm fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, you see how they do his fans? We have no clue.
Yeah, we don't. And I'm not positive he does either.
I ain't gonna front. I just got the call today. I just got the call a couple hours ago.
Hey, Shawn.
I may have stopped.
Comments about to go crazy.
Yeah.
Comments about to go crazy.
Yeah.
You fight.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
My bad, Carson.
No. You're good. I know he's not going to elaborate on it, so I'm not. So back to my perfect Josh Taylor transition. We talk about big fights, unification fights.
Mhm.
This one next weekend. People have been hype about this for a minute.
Hey, this one has a lot to live up to. Because last night was good, man.
No, this is gonna live up to it.
I know.
This one's gonna be dynamite.
What somebody gets stopped in the first? Ooh.
Do you know where this fight is gonna take place?
It's here.
It's here in the back.
We going? We going?
Not at MGM. It's at
Manly?
Virgin Hotel.
Oh, it's the Hard Rock. Hard Rock got bought out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's here. I think it's a limited attendance, which is disappointing for as big of a fight as that one's going to be. But really good fight. Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor unifying it at 140. I think the first thing I thought of when I was thinking about this matchup for today, they're both older than I thought they were. It's kind of random. But I just
30, 31?
30 and 28, I believe, is their ages. I don't know why I picture them still younger than that, but that you talk about a fight that's just there's no way it's not action packed. It's that one. Like neither of those guys is not in action packed fights, and it's gonna be a big one, man.
I love every ounce of this fight.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
I love that both of them are offensive technicians.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them have great feet, can move and get around the ring, do what they got to do.
Speed, power,
the whole nine. You know, Josh Taylor. I really like Josh Taylor. Carson, you probably know that. Shared a few rounds with him in the ring back in like 2016, maybe, give or take. And we even back then, we being myself and my dad thought that this kid was like, very eyebrow raising. You know, so I'm excited for that. Of course, Ramirez being an Olympian and I mean, kind of blowing up on the spot as soon as he turned pro. This is gonna be a great fight.
And he was considered like one of the prospects when he came into the sport. Like he was like
he quieted down prospect. Just a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but he came in and did the damn thing.
Yeah,
I'm going with the tornado over the.
Are you
the Jaguar? That's the alias.
I'm going with if we want to skip to that, I'm going with Taylor. I just think he's offensively. I think he's a little more tight offensively. I just think he's a little more
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. This is a fight where it's like, this fight is.
Where do you see it at though? Like,
I think
being tighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's a little crisper offensively. I also think they're both very good body punchers. I think Taylor is a better body puncher. So
let me ask you this real quick: when you talk about a fighter being crisp offensively, what do you see in a fighter being crisp?
I would just say not wasting a lot of punches, and also I think the speed and the power, there's not a lot of like wide punches where you're like, oh my gosh, like you're wasting this. Like, what are you doing? I think he's very A to B. Like
kind of like Floyd was with punches.
Yeah,
you're not wasting.
I think Errol is as well. That's another guy that comes to mind. He's very hands thrown, it's landing, it's back. I think that he's just very crisp, very efficient. So I like
to from time to time like show y'all knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So
we're nose I tell, but we're out here.
Oh no. Hey, shout out to Shawn.
Yeah. But I think Taylor gets him, but I think, man, if anyone is not sold on Jose Ramirez at all, watch what he did to Maurice Hooker to stop him.
Yes.
Because you talk about seeing an opportunity. We've mentioned that with Bud before, where he sees you wounded.
Yeah.
It Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
It was Hooker. He caught him with a shot and wobbled him. I don't know how many punches he landed after that, but he jumped on him and he fired crazy punches. I was like, that was one where you see the ref, you're like, hey, step in. Come on, man. What are you doing? But that's going to be fun.
Hey, if you know anybody that's like, on boxing, tell them to tune in Saturday.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
They're gonna get their entertainment on boxing. They're gonna be sold on boxing.
And our shout out to our guy Hank Lundy on the undercard.
Hard work. Who you fighting?
Fighting Jose Zapata on the undercard.
Okay.
But shout out.
And
to
147?
That I don't know off top.
It's at.
I want to say it was 40.
It's at super light.
Oh, it's at okay.
Yeah, at 40. But shout out to Hank. He got this somewhat late notice, I think.
We should have had him on.
Get all his fights late.
We should have had him on. Entertainment.
Anytime we get him on, it's going to be just too much. It's going to be too much.
Should I text him right now?
Oh my gosh! You can. Yeah, no, that'd be classic. But he
coming in hot,
and
right?
And they got Elvis Rodriguez as the third bout there on the undercard. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. I think this is one that people were excited about because it got announced a while ago, and then it kind of took a while. So we were like, okay, like when is this going to happen? Now it's here. And it's gonna be a good one. Hey,
the Elvis guy is fighting some guy from Kenneth Smith Jr. He actually had a reality show like on HBO or something. Following from when he came up in the Olympics, like taking his parents out. Yeah. And he signed, I think, with Jay Prince down there. I don't know exactly what Prince.
Shout out to Jay Prince. Rap a lot.
Yeah, you better give him some love.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
before we get canceled out here.
Shout out to Jay Prince. Rap a lot. RP Pimp C.
Hey, who else we should shout out over there? Shout out to Jay Prince. I got your book. I did listen to your book. I did. No, I'm serious.
And Hank also has worked with Jay Prince in the past, so I think there might be a connection there. But that.
So we all taking Taylor 3-0.
I know I am, but it's not. But this is not one where I'm like supremely confident in.
Hey, I'm not a betting man on this one. I hate to say it. I'll just be entertained.
Do you know what the odds are on this one off top?
Hold on.
But this is close to a 50-50 fight if there is one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a war.
Yeah, this is gonna be action. 40 and 47 are typically.
Who's stronger? Who do you think is stronger? Like I've explained that to you guys before. Like everybody takes a punch differently, so on and so forth. But who do you think is stronger?
Of the two of them, maybe Taylor, but not with a lot of conviction from my part. Like
it's not enough strength to make a difference.
Yeah, I think they're. I'm not sure if they have another common opponent, but they both fought Victor Postal.
Right.
So I mean that's a common opponent, but it's gonna be a really close fight. And both those guys, like we said, this is not gonna be a fight where you're like, oh, this is gonna be amazing, where we're hyping this up because it's a boxing podcast and we have to. Yeah. And then it comes to Saturday and we're like, yeah, this is stupid.
So on the odds, if you're a betting man, the favorite is Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, so
you want to make not money. By a lot, I'm guessing.
He's negative 230. If you want to make some money, you got Ramirez at plus 185. Means you bet $100, you get $285 back.
And also, for anyone that doesn't know, those are very close odds. Like that. That's a pretty tight fight. But
hey, they got over under on the 10 rounds. Okay.
I don't think there's a stoppage. I don't. For as offensive as we said, we're like, yeah, this is gonna be offensive. Like I don't see either of them getting knocked out, but. If anything, I think it's a body shot. That's my hunch. Because Taylor, he rips the body. Really good win versus Regis Prograis as well.
That's when he got my respect.
Prograis is no slouch by any means, and he did really good. That was another fight that was all action. Those guys were there to rock it out. But yeah, it's gonna be close. And those guys
got some boys over there.
Yeah. There was actually. This is not a fan question. This is something I saw floating on Twitter last night. Is Texas right now the best state for boxers?
Could be.
Well, they got Earl, Charlos,
Virgil Ortiz.
It's a great question.
I'd
have to take some time for that one.
Brandon Figueroa is also from Texas.
You said state, right?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like California is just so big and.
I think, Sean, you feel like California because everybody trains out there.
Yeah, and then a lot of people train.
Yeah, a lot of people move out here to the West Coast.
Yeah.
It's the best coast.
It'd be Texas.
Yeah, I can't off.
They got all the damn belts, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm like...
Yeah, it's people that's going to go through the ranking real quick and be like...
No, Florida got 16 belts. Motherfucker, I ain't got time for
that. I think Texas, but that was an interesting one. How do you think... kind of moving forward from their fight, whoever wins, so that the talk is that they'll just move up to 47. They'll unify it and then move to 47. Right. How do you see both of them faring at your division?
I don't think that there's very much difference for those two guys.
Yeah,
between 140 and 147. I think maybe Power. Obviously, when you consider moving up a weight class, you got to consider the guys that are in that weight class are probably coming down quite a bit of weight to get to the 147-pound weight class. So you would consider that they make that weight comfortably, of course, but also probably consider that the guys that are already there are coming down from 160, 165, and that they could be at a disadvantage because we're a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I like about both of those guys is when you really just offset those, you talk about a guy being bigger and being more powerful, where you offset it with your foot speed, your hand speed, your quickness. Everybody refers to ring IQ, just simply your eye for the ring, your eye to see what a guy wants to do, what he can do, and what you got, taking those chances. A lot, like you said, Ramirez does. So I think that those guys, they move up to 147, they're going to have a pretty fair shake with basically everybody in the division.
You know who's going to be the most excited about that? Them moving up?
Hey, Carson, hold on before you go there. So, they obviously top rank, that he's looking for an opponent. So after you and Terrence fight, Terrence probably fighting the winner out of that, and I would say beginning of next year.
That was what I was alluding to.
Carson, you see what I threw in there, right?
Well, yeah, I caught that.
Get out of here.
But yeah, with that, because Bud is looking for talented, highly regarded opponents at 147.
My man's looking for opponents,
and those guys both happen to be. Those guys are both on his side of the street, so. That definitely helps him, with more guys. And Bud is another guy who's come up in weight rather than being at that weight or even potentially like kind of cutting and having to go down. But
guys can't touch Bud.
I don't think so either. But again, those would be extremely exciting fights. Yeah. I think Ramirez, as I was thinking about it, the advantage I would give him over Taylor is probably the power, not just general power, but I think he has like that stun you power. Like there are guys that just punch hard. He seems like he's one that he can catch you with a shot and you're wobbled. So I think if anything, he might have that over Taylor where he can really do damage with some shots.
Yeah. That was kind of the only thing that I could see at this point in terms of that. Other than that, I really do think that we always talk about 50-50, but I think it's 50-50 top to bottom.
Yeah, this is one of those fights where we're nitpicking. Like I said, Taylor's a better body puncher.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But barely. And I'm like, he's probably faster, but barely. So it's going to be a really good fight.
Speaking of fights, 50-50, got a fight got officially announced today. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. I'm going with my boy Tyson.
That officially got announced today?
Yeah, I'm not buying
officially.
It. Officially announced.
I mean,
Tyson Fury finally came out and announced that it's going to be in Saudi Arabia in August, I believe. Until that they're walking into the ring.
Damn, Carson.
That's a little too close, Carson.
How long has it been that we've heard this fight's done, this fight's not happening, this fight's done, signed, both contracts are signed. Nah, Anthony Joshua's not signing. Bob Arum, this fight's done. Eddie Hearn, it's been too much. It's been too much.
Well, we know Bob is a liar, so you don't listen.
This is true.
Respect your elders. Respect your elders.
And he's elders. He's the three of us combined.
He old shit.
He's the old motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't respect him. But the
damn Carson.
I think with until that fight, it's truly like when I see some things happening, I'll buy it. But
okay.
I lean towards this Fury, but I think I might be the biggest AJ fan of the three of us, and I think he maybe is getting not enough credit because he didn't just beat Deontay Wilder, where it's just kind of like, oh, Tyson Fury destroyed Deontay Wilder, he's probably the better guy. Mm-hmm. But I think it's close. I would lean Tyson Fury, but not by a ton.
I just like the way that fool moves in the ring.
It doesn't make any sense for him to be able to move.
Carson, I can't do that. I'll give you about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I need 30 seconds after that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Smooth. To be 250 pounds, I don't know. Big boy, in the way he can move, slip punches, and then come back. And I didn't realize how much power he had until he blitzed Deontay Wilder like that.
Yeah,
he's crazy.
Yeah, he's a special dude.
We got Hank Lundy.
Oh!
Our producers do whatever you got to do to make this work. I don't know what the deal is, but we ain't about to hit pause.
Uh-oh.
I texted him. I was like, yo, jump on.
Here we go.
There he is.
Hey, man for TV. Hey, fake entertainment. I'm warned. Y'all warned.
I thought he was going to get on like, hey, Shawn, I'm around the corner from you, bro. I'm around the corner from you.
What's going on?
Where you at, boss?
Oh, man. What's up?
What's up, man?
You out here fighting next week, huh?
Oh, yes, sir, man. You know what I mean? Training hard. I'm ready to go, man.
You stay training. I don't think a lot of people know this about you, but you basically don't take off. Oh, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't say that. They don't think you're ready for this one.
Yeah, he's super out of shape.
Look, the cat out the bag now. They signed the contract.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a fight coming up. You know, the fight got canceled. You know what I mean? And I took a week off. You know what I mean? From training. Then I actually got back in the gym. My trainer was like, "Hey, Zepeda, his opponent fell out." I said, "Hold up, let me call Brad. Me and Brad are good guys. Let me call him to talk to him." Next thing you know, I got the fight.
Yeah.
So they thinking they getting Hank Lundy on 3-week notice.
Yeah.
This has been 11-week camp. I'm ready.
There is nobody that can lose weight in a workout like Hank Lundy.
Oh man, listen, I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm 2 pounds away.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
That's what's up. When you about this way?
I actually Wednesday, man. I'll be out there Wednesday. They got quarantine, and man, I'm just gonna rest.
Yeah. I know how you get down.
Hey, Hank, man, when we go get you announcing some fights, man? You made for TV. Straight entertainment.
They need Hank Lundy on TV, man. Listen. Oh, man, as much love, as blood and sweat and tears I put in that ring, man, they need me commentate, man.
Yeah.
Listen, it's time to have a good time now.
Especially as old as you are. I mean, my goodness.
Oh, listen. hey, Carson, I'm going to be real. You look older than me.
I'm not as good looking. I don't keep myself in good shape. For anyone that watches Hank and they're like, yeah, he kind of puts on a front, like he trashes talk. It's not a front. Like I literally, the first moment I met Hank, it was trash talking from both sides immediately. Like
that's my guy, though. That's all love, man. You're my guy, man.
So I know you're gonna talk some trash, but how do you? So then you're obviously the underdog here. Zepeda can throw some bombs. How do you beat him? How realistic is it that Hank Lundy wins?
Man, listen, this is the Hank Lundy show, man. Forget what he do. You got to worry about what I'm doing. I'm not gonna put it out there, but just watch because I'm must-see TV, baby.
Hey, Hank, I'll tell you right now. You know what I'm about to do? I'm a betting man. I'm going to check these odds out. So
listen, let me hear them because that's more motivation. I love when they bet against me.
Hey, won't the numbers change between now and the fight?
I hope they
too much.
The underdog. I need more fuel to the fire. I hope they got this guy kicking my butt.
Because you locked in right now. He like, yo, tell me them numbers right now.
I'm ready. Hey, Shawn, you know me. I'm ready. I've been ready, man. I'm ready, man.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
And I think if anything, you got the veteran edge, and I'm not gonna, like you said, not gonna let the cat out of the bag, but you got some tricks up your sleeve. You know, you've been known. We talked about people maybe switch hitting a little bit. Hank Lundy's been known to from time to time.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. And then right now, it was time for me to move up to 140. I'm gonna be real. I was getting ready for my last fight, man. I took a week off. And I blew back up. I said, man, it's time to go to 140.
Yeah.
I said, it's time to go to and I'm going to be real. I'm dedicated to the sport. I'm like Shawn. You know what I mean? When you be around guys like that, man, you got no choice but to be dedicated at what you do. You know what I mean?
I ain't never seen you be nothing less than that, though. You know what I mean? But I think going up to 140 is a little different for you now, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially, you've been a man coming down to 135. So to be a man at 140 is I think we're gonna see something.
I think I'm gonna be more explosive, powerful. You're gonna see more punching power too. Just like when I fought Lucian and Joseph. When I moved up to 140, oh man, Hank's a lower guy. He went 11 rounds with Matisse, and they had a war until Matisse stopped him.
Right.
And most people don't know what I did to that guy. That was southpaw.
Right.
Moving up to 140. I schooled him.
Right.
Won every round except for one.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I won that round, but ESPN, they gave me, they gave him 1 round, you know what I mean? But at 140, I'm a monster. I just sacrificed to make 135. And that's been 16 years making 135. So that lets you know I'm dedicated to my craft.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is Vegas respects you. Hey, it's not even worth.
I'm still underdog. I'm still underdog. I love you, Vegas, but I'm still underdog.
Much respect to you, boss. Thanks for jumping on with it.
Hey, man, we gotta have this dude back.
I got a feeling, we definitely gonna have him back, but I got a feeling our producers, like, they just now getting it together. So we're gonna let you go, big dog. Hopefully just make it on the show.
Right. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Hammer and Hank coming to a city and town near you.
Yes, sir. All right, now.
Hey, man, take care, man. Stay blessed.
Hey, the beans you whack.
Oh, man.
There's nobody that talks trash like that.
A little bit of time is entertainment.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a character. It should be so the odds, so they're not too long odds.
I don't know if it was official. I seen plus 100. I'm like, hold on.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I'm like, they know something I don't know.
He comes to fight.
Hey, Hank go up here and knock this dude out. He coming back on the show.
Yeah.
Peace out. Okay, yeah, we're gonna wrap the show up.
And buying us dinner too.
It's been a great show. Hey, shout out to everybody. I'm going back to Louisiana.
we actually a little under that hour clock that we usually trying to get
but
to.
Sean's producer is cutting it.
Yeah, the main producer cut it.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up.
All right, shoot. Hey, we did the dang thing in 57 minutes, so it is what it is.
Yeah, next week we're gonna give you an hour and 3 minutes. Make up for it, baby.
All right, y'all. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.